Good morning, crew. Welcome back to the channel. This is Chaz with Side Hustle Network. Today, I'm going to be going to some yard sales, some garage sales, and maybe a few thrift stores thrown in there. What I do is I find product in various places like what I just mentioned, and I take those products and I resell them in my local shop, as well as online platforms like Amazon and eBay. And today I'm excited. For the first time ever, I have never used a GoPro before. So I just got the Hero 7, a little bit of an investment for you guys so I can actually get some more in the field shots. I love using a high quality camera, which is a DSLR, but I do not enjoy carrying that thing around with me all the time for vlogs and for especially garage sales, yard sales. It's just, you know, big camera, very noticeable. People always ask what I'm doing. So with this, I'm able to, until I can find out where on my body and how I'm going to attach this to me so I can have two free hands, I'm just going to be carrying this around in my hand like this so I can actually show you guys some in the field points of views instead of just the typical thing where I usually record just from my phone, but then you guys can't see what I'm looking at on my phone unless I do a screen share and then I have to edit in post-production. Just a huge pain. So this thing is going to bring you guys a lot more valuable content, so I'm really excited to start using this. Hopefully the audio is going to be okay. I know the audio is not great on this, so I am going to get a little external microphone I can put on here. But without further ado, a few yard sale tips. Number one, I'm always preaching, get out there early, 7 a.m., start hitting the ground running. But we have a 1-month-old, so I totally relate with those who are like, I have young kids. We have a 4-year-old. We just had our new baby, Isla. She's now a month old. This is the first time we were able to come up with some type of routine and schedule in our lives again. She was up several times last night. It is currently 8:30, which I love to be out by 7, but life is life. You got to work around it. So it's 8:30. First and foremost, I need to go get me some coffee. Basically not going to get anything done until that gets done first. Tip number 2, always carry different types of bills, and I love this method. Your small bills, your 1s and your 5s are going to be in one pocket. Let's say I use my right pocket for all my small bills. My larger bills, my 10s and my 20s, are going to be in my left pocket. How much money do you go out into garage sales with is a common question. I personally grab about $300 because I love to flip electronics, and electronics typically are going to be a higher buy cost. So I usually bring $300 or $400 with me. Again, lots of small bills are going to be in one pocket, and the reasoning is if I see an item for $40 and I offer $20, I do not want to be pulling out a bunch of 20s to find my smaller bills, because then they're going to see how much cash I actually have with me and they're going to think, well, this a-hole just lowballed me. So by having small bills, you're able to pull those out and it doesn't look like you have all this extra cash on you. Tip number 3, bins or boxes. Keep them in the back. That way when you're grabbing the small stuff, it's not gonna be sliding around all that stuff. I have had inventory in my back seat when I take a hard turn or when I come to a stop at a stoplight. My inventory has slid and hit the side or the back of the vehicle and it has broke. So I always carry small bags or bins. I love the IKEA bags, so you can use those too. I've got a bin with me right here. Tip number 4, you want to download the Yard Sale Treasure Map app. This is an app that is going to pull ads from Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace into one nice screen where it shows pin drops where all the yard sales are. In this app, you can set keywords to be specific colors, like electronics are pink or books are green. That leads me into tip number 5. You want to go where the clusters are. Do not waste your time driving 20 minutes out to one garage sale or yard sale just because you saw it might be good when there's no other sales around it. Yard sales are a speed game. You really have, let's say the first one opens at 8. You really have from 8 to about 11, which is your prime window. Even better is like 8 to 9. That first hour is crucial, so don't waste a lot of time just perusing the aisles at yard sales. Go in, snipe your deals, get out, go to the next one. Find where those clusters of yard sales are so you can hit as many as possible within that 3-hour prime window. But with that being said, I'm done talking. Time to get my coffee, get to the grind. Let's go find some shit we can make some money on today. So here is the yard sale treasure map that I mentioned. So for those of you locals asking where I'm going, I change it up every single weekend basically. Some days I'm down in Salem, some days I'm down in Eugene, other days I'm in Vancouver. Today is going to be this whole Tigard area up until Hillsborough, Beaverton. Lots of good stuff out there today. Number one, they're still getting set up, so I'm just gonna chill for a few minutes and go hit some sales. All right, so their sign said 9 a.m. It is 9:20, and I'm no longer going to sit here and chill. So what I'm gonna do is go hit a few more sales around the area and then go back to that one. I'm specifically wanting to go to that one because their ad on Facebook said that they were gonna have camera, gear, video editing equipment, etc. So I'm definitely interested. How much are we asking on the electronic stuff?
It goes together. It's a whole editing
Oh, okay.
thing.
It's just one set?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can buy it separate if you want. This is a $3,000 camera.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got everything in here, all the accessories and stuff, but you can make an offer on it. I was going to ask 100, but
100 for just the camera or the whole set?
the camera, I would sell the camera and I'd sell the whole set if you want.
Okay.
It's going to be hard to sell.
Yeah, it's a
What they're
certain
doing.
type of buyer.
Yeah, my neighbor bought it to film for a guy and then bought all the equipment and he designed it too.
Okay.
So it's over $3,000 of equipment.
Okay.
It's not like the latest model, but they're good. I mean, they look good.
Yeah.
Over me.
I just realized.
My daughter-in-law whitewashed it, but it's coming off on everybody.
Would you take 80 for everything if I got it off your hands right now?
Yep.
Okay,
It's
deal.
going to help my dog have surgery, so anything
Gotcha.
helps.
Well, I'm glad it's gonna go to a good cause then.
You're just going to the beach
Okay.
because it has your ice chest. Everything.
And can I just consider this the pile and then I'll
Yep.
keep looking?
Yeah, but this doesn't go with it, but I don't think you want it with it.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one. Thank you though.
Camera.
All right, so I just came back to that original sale. That would have totally been worth the wait. You guys just saw I paid $80 for all 3 of these pieces. I knew what this one was worth because I've sold this before. It's called a Canon GL2. These sell between $150 and $200, but it has the whole case, tons of accessories. That's probably a $250 sale just on here. This I knew was worth about 40-50 bucks used. This guy, I didn't even look up comps. I mean, it was already a good deal. This is a Sony digital HD video cassette recorder. Now check this out. I can't find any solds for this exact model, but there are listings for $900 to $1,000. So what I do is I'm gonna look for similar models which are selling between $200 and $300, which is still incredible. So 80 bucks turn into potentially about 600 in sales. Definitely a good day so far. What just happened? Those are the types of deals that makes all of it worth it. We don't find home runs like that all the time, but man, when you do, that treasure hunter high, can't beat it. Let's go find more. Yeah, I told him. You guys open for offers if I buy a few things?
Pretty close.
Okay.
You're thinking
I was looking at the 2 reels. We've got the Rake and Bear, the CB radio, and the 2 thermos. All right, so I can't even tell you what just happened. And I couldn't record because I had the 2 ladies that were literally right next to me, and we chit-chatted for about 20 minutes, which usually would be a waste of time because obviously it's a game of speed to go to every single sale I can as quickly as I can, but we made great connections because they have a lot of antique Care Bear glassware and stuff like that. They have a bunch of Jack Daniels. Check this out. I paid $5 for this thing. Pull it out. $5. I'll show you guys a whole haul video after we're done with all this, but I got the CB radio, the 2 thermos, all the original stuff that I wanted for $75, which is a good deal in itself. This Rake and Bear right here sells for about $30 to $40 by itself. Lots of cool stuff, but they're gonna give me a call when they start pulling more Care Bear stuff out and whatnot. So it's not so much what I bought today, it's the connection I just made. That is key in this game, is connections.
Why we don't only use one now.
Make me an offer for everything.
All of them? You're gonna take all my cash today.
If I can.
I'm not going to anyone else's sales after this.
Oh, did you want that one too?
I was gonna throw this in the deal too.
All right.
You got a number in mind you're thinking?
For all those,
If I take them all off your hands?
I'd say 200, but that's probably too much.
Yeah,
150?
It's gonna be a little steep for what I got today. $100 is about all I got to spare. It's not a problem though. I can come back. You guys open tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. I can swing back by later tomorrow, see if they're still here.
Take. Oh, I've got those over there.
I mean, it just depends. You put them out here because you want to get rid of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Okay.
I just did my own garage sale yesterday, so I did the same thing. I'm like, just
Okay. That box and that box, 125.
125. Is that including this guy here?
Yeah.
All right, deal.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I guess.
I'm just here to help you clear out some.
Yeah,
some
well,
stuff.
you just did.
You get to sleep well tonight. You made some
Yep.
money.
Now you got a deal on that. Yeah, but people don't even
That's a
know.
really nice one too. Those are older.
Peop-
Best yard sale stuff award of the day. This is epic. You just collect or you sell?
I basically sell.
Nice. It's amazing. Where'd you get all these pieces? Just one shot or you just over time?
Oh, I have a dealer for me.
Nice.
If he finds them, he basically buys them in bulk.
All right. Oh, there's a tree. These types of areas are awesome. You park and you can walk to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sales. Got about 5 sales all in the same block. Sports memorabilia stuff was super cool, but obviously he's a seller. I asked him straight out, do you collect or do you sell? You guys heard one of those tactics I use on the fishing reel, and that's if they're questioning an offer. He started at 200. I said closer to $100, and then he was contemplating, and then you cut them off and you say, well, I can come back tomorrow. And it's just that instant gratification of making the sale right there. Most of the time it's worked for me, and it did right there. So 125, you know, we met halfway, and 125 I was able to grab all those reels, and that used to look like a box of junk to me, and because I flipped a few pen reels are the ones I was looking at, some of those things sell for 30, 40, 50 bucks. So never pass up on a junk box until you've done your research and learn the market. All right, so sure enough, I hit up 3 more garage sales, yard sales. Duds, which means I'm gonna cut the time and go over to a Goodwill real quick, bring you guys inside. Hopefully we can find something. All right, pretty decent find. $3.99. This is a TI-89, just the basic version. The titanium version is the really good one, but these still sell between 20 and 25. Pretty good shape, no crazy markings on the screen. A couple key things. One, you always want to check the battery compartment. There's a little bit of corrosion on this one, but that's pretty easy to clean. If you ever have it where it's really bad, I personally don't even bother with it. And then second thing is people ask about names being engraved on there. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a name and a number on there. I've sold these many times with that stuff. Just make sure it's in the photo so the customer knows what they're getting. But not bad. $3.99 turned into about 20, 25 bucks. All right, so all in all, really good day. I'm gonna go back to the office right now, show you guys what we found, how much I spent total, and roughly, of course I have to wait till the actual sale comes in, but roughly about what we should be able to sell this all for. So let's go ahead and hop over to the office, add all this up, give you guys the numbers. Here's what we have for the totals so far. Total cost for everything that I picked up today, and minus the Goodwill stuff, I'm not counting that, but just the yard sales was 300 bucks. Here's an individual breakdown. These are numbers based on what I'm fairly confident I can sell this stuff for. Of course, nothing is set in stone until the sale happens, so all the numbers I'm gonna throw out there are just estimations. The tray has a sold comp for 50 bucks, so I'm just gonna go with that. The decanter, this thing is sweet. Like, I kind of want to keep this. It's worth about 70 bucks. I might throw it up there for like 85 to start with because there's no current ones like this. There's a lot of vintage Jack Daniel's decanters up there, but this has a sold comp for 70 bucks. The little coffee / tea pot kettle set right there has some current listings, and I believe based on those I can sell this for about 40. The 2 reels that came with that deal, I believe I'm going to sell for about 35 bucks each. The Ergo baby carrier, actually found that at the same sale as the Corona set there, but I paid 5 bucks for that. I know that will resell for about 20 bucks locally. The Canon GL2, now I'm lowballing some of these numbers. I know for a fact, based on I've actually sold this before, this thing is in awesome condition. The camera alone with the charger is going to sell for about 200. I have to dive in. I have not looked in that bag yet, but all the accessories, lowball, I'll sell for 250, hopefully closer to 300. The digital recorder that came with it, there are current listings for 1,000 bucks, no sold history on the exact model, so I'm going to list at about 600, but realistically I'm going to be okay if this sells for about 400. I'd even go 300. After the camera flip, I paid 80 bucks for all that, so after the camera flip I'm good. It's all free money after that, so I'm good with selling that for 3. The Final Cut Studio set I'm going to sell for about 40 bucks locally because it's pretty heavy, so I don't want to really have to ship that thing. The Rakis Bear and the Sailor Suit should sell for about 40. There's current listings up for about 25, 30, but I've got the original paperwork that came with it. So all the original paperwork for any product, especially instruction manuals, etc., usually increases the value of a product, especially collector's items. The grill set, I'm gonna list up locally, Facebook Marketplace for 15. If it doesn't sell, I will list it up. Actually, I'm just gonna cross post. I'm gonna list this on Marketplace and on eBay, and if it doesn't sell, in my next warehouse sale that I have in my shop there, I'm gonna sell it. So hopefully get about 15 bucks out of that. CB radio is about 30. Box of reels is the one I'm still not 100%. I cherry picked out and ran comps real quick on the good pens. Based on that, I believe we can get about $260, maybe $300 on the high end. There are some of those that need cleaned, so that's something to take into consideration. I either have to take time to clean it, make it look the best that it can, which I would prefer coming from a customer point of view, or I can sell it as is for less money. Since I'm going to be putting in the work anyways, I'm probably going to clean them up, make them look nice. That is the expensive chunk. Some of those are selling for 40, 50 bucks each. These might be worth money. I have no idea. I've not looked any of those up, so hopefully we'll have some more in there. But in total, I will be totally happy if I can make about 250 bucks. Again, I paid 125, so after fees and shipping, I'm going to be okay if I can see about a $60 to $80 net profit on that. The thermos, the crazy part is I walked right by these, didn't even think about them, but then I realized, you know what? These are older. I remember my grandpa carrying one of these in his paint truck, growing up, riding in his paint trunk with him, and he always had this with him. So because of that, I said, you know what? I've never actually looked these up. So Aladdin, Stanley, thermos, and most of these, I believe all of them. This is the first time I've actually looked at it, but these actually have a model number right there on the bottom. So these things sell for about 20, 25 by themselves. I have the leather cases that go with them. So again, cool accessories like this for products always increase the value. So with the leather cases, for both of these, I should be able to see about 35 bucks each, so total sale price of about 70. This with a total cost of $300, potential revenue of $1,355. This does not include fees, shipping, and taking out my original buy cost. So by spending $300, I'm going to see probably about $1,100 after my fees. Shipping, I have no idea because this is all different kinds of shipping supplies and stuff that has to go on. I will do follow-up videos. We do weekly sold videos on our channel, so hopefully this stuff you'll be seeing inside of those videos moving forward. But all in all, really good day. We're turning that 300 bucks. If I'm to throw out a random number, net profit, if this all sold today, it all got shipped out, I would absolutely say we're gonna double our money, if not triple it. Let's say I spend 200 bucks on shipping. I see $1,100 after my fees. Let's say it's 200 bucks on my shipping. That's gonna leave me with 900. So I'm making a 600 net profit. That is totally ballparking numbers. I know people are in the comments gonna be like, well, Chaz, you're not being, I don't care. Those are just random numbers. But all in all, I had a shit ton of fun today. Spent 300 bucks, hopefully gonna make about 500 or 600 net profit. And I get to flip some really cool stuff, especially the collector stuff. I love it. Tuning in to another video. Be sure to like this, comment below. Would you like to see more behind the scenes at yard sales, thrift stores, etc. using that GoPro? It's the first time I used it. Hopefully the audio turned out okay. Hopefully the video turns out. If I post this, it probably turned out fine. But if you guys would like to see more actual in the field clips, comment below, let me know. And I'm also curious, what was one of your best finds of the week? I would say out of this entire pile, I'm actually most excited for this guy. I love whiskey and I love vintage, so this is a perfect fit. So I might hold on to this for a while. I might list it at a really high price just so I can hold on to it for a little while. But that was one of my favorite finds. So comment below, what was one of yours? Again, this is Chaz with Side Hustle Network. I'll see you in the next video.